Good afternoon, and welcome to the official episode of episode 1 of season 5.
There.
Oh
There
my
we
god,
Got
I've
it.
messed it up, guys.
So
I had it in my head.
What's the first
the
episode
weekly
then?
Roundup. The first episode was the episode last week with y'all.
His
right?
narcissism
This-
knows no bounds.
Right, exactly.
Right,
This is the first episode. What do you count the last episode?
Not the
Not
zero.
the official
You know what
one.
I mean? Like you have
Because
the
it's us, it's
prequel
a zero.
episode, and then you have the real episode.
I don't know.
right?
So I'm saying that was one of the better
You
episodes.
have to have
That's
an
what the streets are saying.
appetizer before you feast on an entree, and here we're at the entree of the season 5.
I already want to take my entree back.
Yeah, all right, entree.
Can we skip the
3000.
dessert?
The show.
You guys already made me break open a Diet Coke first thing. It's resealable. It's resealable for everybody. It has a lid, just
Thank
like
God.
last week. Yeah, I know.
Call the
Thank
shooters
you,
off.
Thank you.
Turn the red light lasers off. I don't need to be red dotted here in the station.
FBI, open up!
Right, the camera's there. Get over here.
You don't have a lid on your drink.
Anyways, the weekly roundup, the greatest and latest show for your eardrums. I'm one of your hosts,
That's
Vince
new.
Vibes, giving you a news segment. Oh,
You better hit that censor bleep.
Yeah, where's
You better
the
start-
beep?
it's
I
not.
can't even find it.
There
you go.
No,
That's even better.
That only emphasizes it.
What is this? It's like some rap beat on the last one. This is a
5 seasons, by the
What
way.
an amazing official first episode it has been so far.
This episode might not come out.
Can y'all tell that I'm the radio station manager and this is my job to run this area? Oh my goodness. It's been a little rusty. It's been a while since we did our last show, actually.
Last week, actually.
Yeah, it's
No,
been
not
7
for me.
days.
It's been 7
Not
days.
for me. I was not there. As
Okay.
many of y'all know.
We missed you, buddy.
That sounds
as-
like a skill issue.
No, you didn't miss me. I watched the episode. Y'all were just fine.
Yeah,
Actually had a
episode
pretty good
1, right?
time, yeah.
All right. You know, you missed.
This is episode 2.
You missed the easiest Red Riding Hood joke ever, because you could have been like, Vincent, what big beard you have? What, you know what I mean? When he's in the driver's seat and everything.
I mean, Mr.
like-
BS is more than just a caricature for you.
No, I'm not.
I'm a real boy. I have feelings.
Why is that nose growing?
So the joke is that he's the wolf and you're the granny?
No,
He replaced him.
No. Yeah, I guess I am the granny.
You know what?
I am granny.
I'm trying to figure this out. You guys
You want
asked
both.
me to come here, and now one of the core members is calling me the villain of the show.
Somebody
I
has
wasn't
to
the
be
one
the villain.
talking about grave robbing and Colts last week.
No, but you took his
Well,
job last
you weren't
week.
participating.
I participated,
Yeah.
but I didn't lead that conversation. I think there's
Well,
other villains at the table.
Whoever led that conversation is irrelevant, and I don't even know who it was, but I don't think we need to go delving into something like that right now.
Anyways, so it's been like over a month since I did my last show.
There
It's
you
not
go.
all about you. I mean, okay, whatever.
I guess it's
Continue.
not all about me. You know, weekly roundup is a group effort.
Halfway through.
Whoa!
No, I was gonna say 5. Shut up, I was gonna say 5.
In this side of the table.
You can't beat me because I was literally saying 5.
Which one of us is going to break first?
I feel like I'm on the Howard Stern show, where right now shooting from the hip and just seeing what lands. I'm here for it.
That
I'm
was
here
last
for it.
week, too.
That was last week too, and it went pretty well.
I want to get like a Beetlejuice character in here.
Ooh. Someone that you say their name 3 times and then they just show up kind of screaming.
Yeah, that one.
Hold on. You want to see a magic trick?
Sure. What's up?
All right. So everybody close your eyes. Seriously, close your eyes. I'm going to say a name 3 times. And that person in spirit is going to appear right here in the studio and make an appearance. Are you guys ready? A-S. A-S. A-S.
Why am I here?
Oh my
Magic.
God, it goes to Kevin Spacey.
Oh my god.
Magic trick
What?
achieved. Not only
What?
does
Put
BS
the
bring
camera-
the laughs,
She's right there.
Oh, there she is.
not only
God.
not only does BS bring the laughs, the facts, and the crazy stories, I bring magic
Is she
to
the one
this
who
show.
she's the one who called you Unc?
Oh.
I wasn't going to go there.
Oh.
It's only been like 6, 7 times that's happened in this state.
What's happening? Are you trying to choke yourself? What happened?
Yeah, I felt. I am not an unk, and I'm gonna leave it there.
Unc.
All right, so now I'm
I
gonna
don't care either way.
now I will desummon the spirit. Go away, AS. Go away, AS.
No!
Go away, AS. Now back to the weekly roundup. Vince vibes, Dustin.
That's
All
3
right.
times.
Anyways,
Hello.
so we actually do segments around here.
I mean, that's a matter of debate too. I think
last
you're the only
episode
one that
y'all
wants to
didn't do
segments. We
segments.
did do segments last week, and people are saying it's one of the best episodes that we've done.
Who?
People
Who
are
is
saying.
saying this? This is the same people saying the Turning Point halftime show was good.
Okay, calm down. People are saying it's the best one in the post-Guru era.
Unrelated. Is Kid Rock on the...
era?
Yeah.
Post Guru era.
Yeah.
You're not gonna talk about our weekly Roundup Universe episode where we connected all the different franchises for like 20 minutes straight.
That was just me rambling.
That was art.
Oh.
Cinema, even.
Peak. Classic.
Classic.
Never played the game.
But normally, and I've almost always done football focus for most of our show here, except for season 1, where I did a rap report or something like Daily Rap.
Daily Rap.
That's what it was. Rap report is a better name.
It is a better name. Yeah.
Why did I never?
Who's the idiot who came up with the names?
Oh my goodness, whoever that is, he's a real doofus.
Fired.
I'm 1 for 1. I coined Game Guru.
You did
Did
Game
you?
Guru. He did. We were at James, and it's not the point, but yes, he coined Game Guru. I've
What
done
did
a
BS do?
segment called Football.
I'm catching strays
What
for
did you
no
say FB for?
reason.
Wait, what?
You said BS and then moved on with the story, and I'm like, I'm catching strays, and I'm not even a part of this
No, I was
story.
saying BS. Around here, we've normally always done segments. I've done basically football focus my entire career, but this semester, this season, I am changing it up.
Okay.
And I'm switching my segment to Vibing with Vince. It's going to be more of we're going to have some NFL off-season stories. We're going to have some, music rap stories. It's kind of basically going to be like my corner of interesting
It's a
little,
variety segment within the variety news
within the
show.
variety news show.
We need
I
one
like
more
it.
layer.
It's
I
Inception.
like it.
It's actually kind of the return of unemployment update if you think about it, because it's just a catch-all. It's just a catch-all series. I don't blame you though.
But
It was a
it's-
good segment I had, and I don't blame you for picking up the torch.
You were picking out news specifically for people that were unemployed. Okay, this is for news of all kind, like the most interesting stuff that Vincent himself right here can find.
already
Speaking
lost
about
my-
myself again, God, I guess
Jesus.
I am.
Careful. Get your finger over that
I
button.
know.
There, man.
I guess I am.
You like the lobby
Egotistical.
music button
I know.
over there.
Well, the lobby music button's right under there. It's not my fault.
Who set it up? Was it you?
No, I didn't set that up.
I think
It's
it
gotta be
came stock.
Tom.
It came stock.
Ah, that's fine. There you go. No one's ever used that one ever.
So what's on today's docket?
don't
What
even-
is since you introduced it as a meal? What's on the menu today? What are we looking at? Because we've just finished the appetizer right there,
Right.
the little intro segment. What else we got lined up?
Well, we're going to be talking about a big portion of it is in a bowl, maybe a Super Bowl of sorts,
Whoa.
kind of capping off football focus.
Okay.
We'll kind of talk about where we were when we left off, which was right before the Eagles lost to the 49ers, pretty much, maybe a couple weeks beforehand. And then kind of go to the Super Bowl, kind of say what happened, go from there. What is the outlook for the future of the NFL? And then I also have an Olympic story that is very interesting that I want to bring to the table about a new substance that Olympic snow.
Boy, I can't wait to
gliders
see
are
how he
using.
skirts around this one.
Is there even a point of skirting around it at this point?
To
We've
get-
already
get
violated
there.
every FCC rule.
To get an unfair advantage in the Olympics, and it might be counted as a PD, but we'll talk more about that on
Is that the
with
skiing long
Vince.
jump one?
I believe it is.
Okay.
You found that one pretty easily.
Yeah, I found that one.
I missed
don't
the
know if that's
duck.
the one he
I want the
wanted, though.
duck that's on Discord.
I don't
Can we
know.
petition to
don't-
put that in there?
I can put it on here.
Let's add the duck.
Please.
I can put sound. Yeah. Anyways, so Dustin.
Dustin with kind of showbiz spotlight.
Kind of should-
But, we didn't do segments last week. I didn't prepare a segment this week either. I'm going to banter.
Woo!
And I think that's probably what the other three guys are going to do, too, if I'm not totally out of...
I have a
left
question,
field.
and that's it.
When you tune into the weekly roundup, you are tuning in just because of the pure news that you can get and like pure information, right?
It's the personalities, really.
You know what's crazy? That's the most delusional thing you've said today.
And you said a lot, good sir.
That's actually impressive.
a joke.
This is ridiculous. 5 seasons of this.
All right, we got. If somebody's listening, if Tom or anybody's listening, can you bring some tape in here and cover up the soundboard because he is just having too much fun with it. See?
Don't take me away.
Have you gone down the row? Have we heard all of them? Yeah, pretty much. Oh, I didn't hear that one. Hello?
That's a ring ring. Who's calling? That's a beep. That's
Morse code.
The lobby
And
music.
then the lobby music.
So there
Okay.
you go. That's them all.
Someone learn Morse code and just start.
Send help. Right.
No. It's,
I'll take 2,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh,
All right. It's in my head. It's in
it's
my
never
head.
ending. I don't know how well it's gonna pick up on the cameras. That's gonna
We'll
be
find
funny to see. Mr. BS, you kind of don't have a segment. Are segments
Hold
a
on.
dying cause around here?
They were a
Hold on.
Diet Call season 2.
bro, segments
hold
are
on.
like
Time
print
out on the field.
media.
Time out on the field. Time out on the field. I do have a segment.
What?
Because we recognized halfway through the first episode last week that Dustin said, you know, we usually have a segment. Which one do you want? And I was like, I got a segment. It's called Total BS. And I pick a story, and you got to tell me if it's true or if I'm making it up. So I have a segment.
Just get under the table. pull the cord.
That might be what we have
We don't
to do,
need it anyway.
actually. We'll just take the whole
technically,
show
we
off
don't
air.
need we don't need to be live.
Nah, but you know, it's
It's for the aesthetic. It's for
Exactly.
right. It's for the appeal.
What aesthetic is this?
Being live. I don't know. Being an
Okay.
entertainer.
Okay.
I don't know.
I thought it was like
Failed.
severely autistic Twitch streamer.
No, that's Dad playing bad 1811 at twitch.tv. This guy.
he got it in there somehow. He got it in last week too.
Self promo is very important. You gotta get
That
it
is
in
true.
whatever.
It is important.
He couldn't remember the name of his show with Ben.
All right. Well, I
Son
mean,
of a, you had to remind me.
to be fair,
I
that-
edit the
that is-
episode, so I gotta watch it over.
That is a show with Ben, and this is the weekly roundup. You know, the premier show on Hawk Radio, the longest running show in Hawk Radio history.
Now, interestingly enough, that's
Break
a
down
record
again.
that we hold and also that we invented. So
Yeah.
that makes it twice as valuable, really.
Someone
Take
call
that,
Guinness.
World Records.
Oh, we had the same joke.
Yeah, come on. And Anthony, speaking of having the same joke, we talk about your segment.
Oh, the same joke as always. I came unprepared, so I came with a discussion question instead.
Nice.
Awesome. I can't wait for the game temple as the game guru has transcended
what?
to USF officially.
I like that. Discussion question. I'll do that. Yeah, I'll come up with a discussion question. That's good.
Also, shout out game guru.
You know you're
Steven,
watching
come
out
back.
there.
We need you.
No, whoa, we have a new host. He's good.
We still
guys.
need Steven. What are you talking about?
I mean,
you're such a hoe.
whoa,
You're such a hoe. All of a sudden,
On air.
Steven's nothing to you. You can say hoe.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't it Huzz now?
I am not a. Last time I checked, I am not a farmer. Dustin.
Oh, I see what you did there.
That's a skill issue.
I know. I spelled it with an E.
Yeah. Anyways, when we
EOE.
come back, it's gonna be vibing with Vince, as it's the first ever segment of vibing with Vince. But first, I think this intro has made you question what you want. So here's What You Want by the Beastie Boys.
Ooh.
And we're back. And speaking of not being a betting man, the Super
Dustin,
Bowl
buddy.
happened last night, and the most predictable thing happened. Seahawks won in a unsurprising fashion, like 64% of people thought were going to happen when they were making their bets before kickoff. And your Seahawks are now two-time champs, get revenge on the New England Patriots, who beat them last time they were in a Super Bowl in 2014. Now, it's pretty infamous, as you know, for when Russell Wilson threw the pick at the 1 yard line when they could have rushed it with Marshawn Lynch, beast mode, and it caused lost them the game. They finally got to get their get back, and they got their get back because Drake May.
You got there.
Drake May.
Drake May. Get it right.
Drake May.
Is he a Pokemon? No, Drake May.
Is he a Pokemon?
I choose you, Drake May.
Oh, you made a poor choice.
Wait, you had him on fantasy.
He was great in the regular season, but he gave up in the postseason. He got the yips.
He's what, a second-year quarterback?
Yeah, he's only 23 too. So
Yeah, he's super young.
23 years old.
Yeah.
2 years in
his career.
Yep. Goes to the playoffs last year. Takes them what?
No. First year they were 4-13, so it's even a more spectacular thing. They went 4-13, fired Gerard Mayo as their head coach, hired Mike Vrabel from Drake May's second year, and they went 14-3 going into the Super Bowl before losing.
So now you're 23 years old.
Yeah.
Your wife is in the stands, can go into labor at any minute while you're playing the Super Bowl because they put her on the camera, and they said that she told her husband that if she goes into labor, don't leave the game, stay here and finish. Did they say how many people were in attendance?
I don't know the exact amount off the top of my head, but I do know who you're talking about. So
yeah, that
the
wasn't
player
Drake May, right? No.
is not Drake May. It's DeMarcus Lawrence you're talking about. And actually, on the post game when they ran up to ask him the question, the first thing he asked the reporter before he answered any questions was, "Is my wife going in labor yet?" And the reporter was like, no, not yet. And so he was like, oh, thank God. He started answering the questions and, went on to celebrating with his team before, I think if they're probably in the hospital now, if not, still waiting for that exact moment. But kind of backtrack to the actual game itself. Drake May floundered against DeMarcus Lawrence and the Seahawks defense. Multiple people stepped up. There was 2 defensive touchdowns, a pick 6 by Love, and a forced fumble strip recovery by, I can't remember his first name, Nwosu, left end. And both were, big plays. That when he ran it in for that strip fumble was how I pretty much knew the game was pretty much over. You could tell by the third quarter over, Drake May was scared. You could feel like the tenseness of that team.
They were shut out going into the third, right?
Yeah.
When you go into the second half at the start
Scoreless.
and it's down, you're down 9-0. And the way that Seattle was playing last night, you could have gone into that second half at 49-0, and it would have been the same feeling. There was the hardest thing about it, and for me, why I enjoyed this Super Bowl probably more than some of the others, I don't like high-scoring Super Bowl games. If you're the best of every conference and you have beaten every team in your conference to represent as the best, you should not have a 49-48 score in the Super Bowl. I like a low-scoring defensive battle, put the pressure on the offense to produce. Against the best defenses, Seattle was releasing the fewest points per game going through the season, and I think they were number 4 at some point in the league for at least, and the only team that was beating them was the Patriots at one point during the season. That makes complete sense for it to be a completely defensive battle, and when you look over at the Seattle side, Seattle's QB, that was his first year there.
Yeah, first year in the Super Bowl. And you want to talk about Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold came from one of the most loaded draft classes of all time.
Yes.
He came from the 2018 draft class where, if y'all don't remember, Baker Mayfield was drafted number 1 overall. You also had Josh Allen. You had Lamar Jackson in that draft too. And he's the first quarterback out of those 4 him, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Baker Mayfield. You would not think Sam Darnold would be the first one to make it to the Super Bowl out of those
and
names.
get a ring out of it.
And get a ring out of it.
So you got two fairly new quarterbacks to their schemes because
Right.
you can't fully learn a scheme in 2 years or even a year.
He's going to have to learn a new one next year,
Yep,
too.
because they're going to probably make some coaching changes and coordinator changes.
Offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak just signed with the Las Vegas Raiders to take the last head coaching position that was open in the NFL. And so now every team has a head coach again. And the Seattle OC is heading to Raiders to work with Ashton Genty and Brock Bowers.
My God, it's their year. I'm going to draft them again.
Mendoza.
I'm
this
gonna
year in
draft him
fantasy.
round 1 and then give him to you as soon as he's broken.
Oh, nice.
And there was a lot of records that were broken because there was a defensive linebacker set a Super Bowl record for 7 sacks in a game. When you have a defense that's operating like that, man, I don't know. John Elway could have put up many more points than 9 points at that point because Gonzalez working the defensive back in the deep field, he interrupted at least 5 or 6 big plays that would have changed any complexion of a game. So it was one of the most. It was easy for me to watch and enjoy because I love a good defensive football game when it comes to that, especially in a Super Bowl, college football national championship, something like that.
I know. I wish the first half got us a little bit more. I wish, one team went to strike a little bit more because, getting to the halftime show, I was kind of, feeling the dragginess of the game. Second quarter took forever, and, but that third quarter, I switched. I went back to enjoying the game, even though it was still a defensive matchup. The plays that Seattle were calling and executing on New England was just fun to watch. The safety blitzes, stacking 7 men in the box at a time and rushing them, and Drake May not being able to do anything. And for all being said, for Seattle's offense to only get 1 touchdown. Or I think 2. No, just 1.
I think it was 1.
It's just the A.J. Barner touchdown. And so he just got 1 touchdown. They really got carried by the run game there, not so much the pass game. Jackson Smith and Jigba, your offensive player of the year, didn't really show up. He had a couple catches, but he didn't make a gigantic play. And the one play he could have made where he was wide open at the beginning of the game, Sam Darnold threw a terrible ball to him. And so, this was not a Seattle team on top of their game, is what I'm saying. And so if they continue to, work in a run scheme that's even better for Kenneth Walker next year, on top of continuing to get better with the pass when you already have now the offensive player of the year, a wide receiver, and now a whole Super Bowl winning roster, I mean, that's going to be a scary thing, whoever becomes offensive coordinator over there. It's going to be a good thing, a good team for them to have.
But we've also seen this with teams that rarely make it to the Super Bowl. They go, they make their appearance, they get a ring, and then it's trade season. Because once you're a Super Bowl champion, you get to ask for a lot more money in your contracts.
Yep.
And if those players and the coach and the ownership and GM can't come to an agreement, we've seen it happen in Tampa Bay numerous times. We've seen it happen up in New England where they only wanted to keep 3 or 4 and then build a whole roster around underneath them. Mm-hmm. So now you have to take a look. If you say that you're a Super Bowl winning quarterback, I want a bump in it. Do you still have Darnold there come scrimmage season? Is he going somewhere else and picked up by like a Miami who's looking for a centerpiece quarterback to build around for the 2026 season?
Here's the thing is just, I think the Seahawks are going to look at what the Vikings passed up on, because I don't know if you remember, not this season but last season, Vikings had the number 1 overall seed, and they lost. Not number 1 overall. They had the 5th overall seed, fighting for the first, lost the 1st overall seed, and then lost the first game with Sam Darnold. They let Sam Darnold walk. They didn't sign him. And then what does he do next season? He goes and wins the Super Bowl with the Seahawks. If the Seahawks don't throw down money on Sam Darnold gonna go somewhere else and do it again because he's proven that he's now an elite quarterback. So if I was Seattle, I'd give that man a blank check right now and say, I know you overthrew some balls. I know you're gonna get better. You're only 25 years old, 26. We want you to be our guy. And
That's going to be interesting with Walker the Third because he had a breakout. The announcers were
Super Bowl MVP
when he was running and his stutter steps, watching the play unfold, and then making his move and his cuts. That to me, if I'm a coach or a GM, I'm looking for a player that's doing that instead of getting rattled. Hey man, thanks for the ring, but I hear the Texans want to make a run against us. Maybe you're a better fit down there. The wide receiver that you were talking about, your offensive player of the year. I'm wagering that if I can keep those two healthy, I can have anybody hand them the ball and throw them the ball, and I'm going to get the same results.
See, but the thing I can counter is Jackson Smith and Jigba only just broke out this year. Last 2 years, he was just good with Geno Smith. This year with Sam Darnold, he's excelled to become one of the best in the league right now. So is it so much that Jackson Smith and Jigba is such an elite talent that he can thrive with any quarterback? Or is it that the kind of, combo that Sam Darnold and Jackson Smith and Jigba have been working with each other throughout the season has just worked because of, their, how they work with each other?
Third option, maybe Geno Smith just brings the vibes down.
This is a potential right there as well.
It is Geno Smith, yo.
No, and like I see where you're coming from because now you're asking, is it a Terrell Owens situation,
right?
Or is it a Jerry Rice where Jerry Rice could have played with any quarterback, Steve Young, Joe Montana, and moving into the early 2000s before he retired? Jerry Rice is great because he was able to do that with multiple quarterbacks. Whereas a Terrell Owens, he was standout up in Philly for a little while.
Standout in the Niners beforehand.
And then they sent him over to New England where there was 3 or 4 other receivers that were just as open and just as good, if not better than what he was at the time. And you saw him fall to the bottom of the throw roster because he was being outpaced and outworked by some of the other receivers up there in New England.
Yeah. I think he actually left Philly and went to Dallas, if I'm correct. I think it was Dallas, not New England, because I think he had a seep hatred for Philly after the whole McNabb situation, so he signed with Dallas. You are thinking about my good friend who went to the Patriots. No,
it wasn't Ocho Cinco from Cincinnati.
Ocho Cinco did go to, and Randy Moss. You're thinking about Randy Moss too. Because Randy Moss played with the Vikings for a long time. He was super, super good. And then he went to New England, and he didn't win a Super Bowl with them. And during their dynasty era, he was just a part of the, the 3 years where they didn't get it. And then he just kind of hopped around a couple teams, Raiders and a couple others, and he just kind of fell off the map. But I think you're thinking about Randy. Because I do have to kind of speed up my segment here so we can get time for the others. I do just want to say Super Bowl champions, Seattle Seahawks. I guess this will be the last time.
Sad saying that.
This will be the last time I will ever say this. Yesterday before 6:30 p.m., I was still a reigning, defending Super Bowl champion as an Eagles fan. I lost that last night, and honestly, I think we should host. I think the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks.
Put the hair.
I think the Seahawks should play with the Eagles in the Bird Bowl to really distinguish who the real champion is.
I love BB.
Finish it. I know you want to finish it. What do you love? Anyways, speaking of...
That's why Philly fans get such a bad rap.
I think I was throwing batteries at Santa.
You see in Urban Dictionary is like a Philly fan. It's just like my face. It's like why they hate it.
I believe it.
That's where that 1980s action movie laugh out of me on that one.
You sound like a real villain over there, man.
Now,
Now,
what's this I heard about the Olympics though? Because that
Yes, you
sounded
had an Olympic
interesting.
So I cannot say this name on air, but they're basically
What is
calling
that?
it Pin 15 Gate.
You can.
And
I'm pretty sure you can
Okay.
say that on air. That's anatomy.
is it anatomy? You know, private area gate. You know, just for the sake of it, I won't say it for this show. Even though I did say the F word earlier
You
in
did
this
say
show.
that. That's
Sure
a little
did.
word.
We're cutting it out. It didn't
Okay.
happen.
Would
It
have
didn't
played
happen.
Leave it
16
in.
times.
Every time
Pro-
he hits the beat, just put it over it.
300 views on YouTube. Last show.
Non-monetized, not
So-
being monetized at all.
We're
You know,
monetized.
these
In the future.
athletes are going through hard times all the time, to the point.
Why do you lead in? He's
To the
reading.
point, hard times all the time. To the point where they're injecting themselves with this hydronic acid in their private areas that is making it an inch or two bigger.
That's how much I moved the
with,
camera.
you know, with a nice little top up, and you know, for about 18 months. And so you're thinking
It makes it bigger for 18 months.
for 18 months.
What is this stuff called?
Is there a hard cap at 2 inches? What do the studies say?
It's hyaluronic acid. All
I heard
right?
erotic in there.
And so,
Where do they sell this supplement?
It's not a
what they're
supplement.
saying,
It's an acid. They're
What-
injecting.
Hey man, you
what,
know,
what, what they're saying
if
is,
it works, it works.
every dimension and inch of the suit that the snow gliders wear are very important. And so if you have, you know, a standardized body measurement, and, you know, it goes a little bit bigger.
That's the
And your
average.
suit in that tight aerodynamic suit, apparently it makes you go further when you jump. Is the claim that they're saying? You know, it gives you a little bit more hang time. Some would say.
Is that
Ah,
what it
I
is?
see what you did there.
And now the Olympics are looking into it and might classify it as a PED and lock away hyaluronic acid for athletes.
Now, because it is an acid, I've got and I think I asked you this off air. Is it eroding them away from the inside, or like, you know, what's the long-term effects of the?
So
Whatever the injection site.
there is both short and long-term effects. If poorly injected technique or the incorrect dose would cause pain down there, poor cosmosis, deformity forever, infection, inflammation.
Inflammation.
got
My
there.
bad, guys. Oh my goodness, sensory change and sexual dysfunction.
Well, that's not good.
Add
need
that
that
to
one,
the
too.
soundboard. I
We
need
do
that
need
to the
that one.
soundboard. And
Is that what it sounds like when you do it wrong?
yeah, me after I do it wrong. And
You brought the story up, buddy.
Well, I guess that begs the question then, guys. Are you risking all that to maybe glide for another fraction of a second during the Winter Olympics?
does it give you a gold medal?
Do they even pay you for a gold medal?
And if you get first place, can you say, "Hey, hang it on my other neck, boy. Stop playing. You know what won me this."
And then which one's the screen?
Uh,
Yeah. All right. And then they hang it on you, and you're like,
It just falls off.
Is that the deformity?
you hung it on my deformity.
have y'all seen Fallout Season 2?
Yes.
It's like Thaddeus, you know.
With his arm.
I also want that mouth on my chest.
But,
Yo.
when we come back, it'll be, I guess, a little bit of showbiz spotlight and a little bit of whatever Dustin
don't
wants
even
to
know.
talk
Yeah,
about, banter about.
Banter.
But you know exactly where I'm at. I'm right here at Hillsborough College, Hawk Radio, right here in Ybor City. And you're listening to us on Live 360. And you can,
Five.
no,
Yeah, Live 365.
Yeah. Live
Jesus.
360. Oh
You're
my
thinking
god.
of a circle. You're thinking of a circle.
Oh my
360.
god, it's the location
Wrong with such
service.
confidence.
I know it is
God.
365.
And you run this?
I
play?
run this
Jesus
thing.
Christ. Maybe we need a.
No, I listen.
Needs to be a
I don't
discussion.
know why. I don't know why a radio media company would name their company Live 365 when you have Live 360 right there.
That's an identity theft
Well,
protection company.
365 is the
I'm-
days of the year.
No, I know, but
So
I'm
you're
saying.
live 360.
I know, I get that, but I'm just saying that name is
We've
pretty
all-
much already taken.
Bro,
it's
we've-
confusing to
we've
me.
all-
I get them.
You're the only
mixed
one who's
match
being
every
confused.
Every one of the
time.
three of us gave different answers, and each gave you a good reason why they didn't use the name you want to use.
You know exactly where I'm at. Here's
God, you
exactly
can't
where
listen
I'm
to
at
us
by
for
Ween.
the last week of the year.
I guess I'm the villain of the show. We've come to learn by the end of this episode.
After some quiet.
You're just picking that up.
I'm just picking up on it that I'm the villain of the show.
He cast himself as the villain on the Hawk TV reality show.
I did cast
I don't know what
myself
that's called
as
yet,
the villain
but,
on the Hawk reality
Keep an eye
TV
open
show.
for that show.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Me and Dustin are the prime editors on it. I'm the
Okay.
prime producer. / I will be working on the editing as Narisa told me to do. And you will be just doing the same thing, but more editing. Kind of helping out with the producer.
It sounds like Dustin's editing the video.
No.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, when you load it into that Premiere, were those videos in a nice bin, and wasn't everything starting to get set up?
I had to check 3 computers before I found where the files
Well, then
finally
somebody
were.
clearly didn't point you to the right spot.
Well, that's entirely possible. Anyway, Showbiz Spotlight, and because
One day the table is just gonna.
it's gonna collapse under the weight of all this greatness.
What's gonna collapse first? Me or this table? Put in your bets now.
Yeah, text 1 for Vince and 2 for table to 555-5555.
If you text 67, it's because you're teetering and you're voting for Anthony.
Hello.
That's true. There he is.
I'm still here.
Hello.
Oh, the 6-7 does kind of look like something's teetering.
Right,
That's
that's
actually pretty good. I'll give
Thank
you credit
you.
where it's due.
Thank you.
I'll give you credit where it's due.
Thank you. Now say you want to be me like you know it.
Well, yeah, like I was saying before you started talking about what a great editor you are, I have always wanted to be like this kid, and that's why I'm doing a little bit of a Super Bowl story as well. Not because it's relevant this week, but because I just want to be like him. And,
Yeah, because he loves me.
I'll be the first to tell you, I didn't even bother watching the game, nor did I watch the halftime show, but I'm familiar that there's kind of a controversy going on.
Go ahead.
They had the regular halftime show with Bad Bunny and I think Lady Gaga was there as well.
Yes.
There was supposed to be like a Polymarket bet about
Listen.
whether she'd show up.
You know who else was there?
I don't.
Talk about Showbiz Spotlight. Pedro Pascal. He's in everything.
What?
I can't escape the man.
Who was he?
I close my
who was
eyes
he
and I see
fondling?
his little curly mustache.
Who was he fondling that night?
I don't know.
He was just in one of the scenes where they were like dancing in front of a house, and he was up on the porch, and just
Him,
like,
Jessica Alba, Cardi B.
he was
It's a
fondling
great
Jessica
it's a
Alba for
great
sure.
night to have his kind of social anxiety. Just
Yeah.
oh my god, I'm scared.
Yeah, no, for real. That guy's an interesting character. So there was that halftime show that I think everybody's aware of, and then Turning Point USA, headed up by possible demon in human form, Erica Kirk. That's not a political statement so much as a statement of everything she's done over the past couple of months. If there's one thing Erica likes, it's making money. Right? I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Who doesn't like making money? And she said, we're going to do our own halftime show because I guess people don't like Bad Bunny. I don't know much about the man, so I don't know why people don't like him. We can discuss that if anybody does know. But they said this guy is just too un-American. Well, he's Puerto Rican, but
Puerto Rico's
Puerto Rico is in America. A lot of people don't seem to grasp that, but that's okay. They said this is just plain un-American. We're going to do our own. And so who comes to mind when you think of all-American media?
Kid freaking Rock.
Kid Rock, absolutely. So
The American BA
Listen,
before The Undertaker.
I listened to the Kid Rock show, and I
Whoa,
knew, and
I did not
no,
expect
no,
that.
no. I
Just for
listened to
fun?
both of them. I watched it on YouTube afterwards, and I understood less words that Kid Rock said than I knew Bad Bunny said. Okay, I took 2 years. I took 2 years of Spanish, and all I really know is "Me amo Vince." All right, and da 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 da.
What does that
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I just know the melody, okay?
Okay,
But I
that's all
will
you
tell
need.
you, I will tell you that Kid Rock mumbled every single word that man said on stage and had a lip sync track behind him the entire time.
Yeah, no, there's something deeply wrong with him. And
I don't think it's hard to remember I'm Kid Rock.
Hey, ball with the ball. trying to get through that when you're in your 70s, that'll lead to mumbling, period.
See, he can't be in his 70s though because his name is Kid.
I think he's in his
He has to
is
be
he in
old
his
man
70s?
rock now. He can't
He's
be
got to
Kid
be
Rock.
60s, maybe late 50s.
If Boys to Men can still go on stage as Boys to Men and not Men
that
to
would've been a
Grandfathers,
hell of
Mr. Grandfather.
then he's allowed to still call himself Kid Rock. let's be fair across the board with that.
Well, okay, yeah, I don't want to discriminate against Kid Rock. He is apparently an American institution.
Right. And apparently,
And this isn't the first time that Kid Rock has injected himself into the culture wars recently, and that seems to be kind of boosting his profile a little bit because, rather before all this stuff started happening, I hadn't really heard about him in a long time. The last time I thought about him, I think I was listening to one of his songs in GTA San Andreas.
Ooh.
that's a pool.
Yeah, right. And then now he's kind of out there, you know, in the zeitgeist. And we've got the numbers from the halftime shows now.
Okay.
They're kind of split. One's for the Kid Rock show. There's a report that says 4 and one that says 6. So let's call it 5 million concurrent viewers on YouTube.
Ooh.
Okay.
And then looks like it's now up to about 19 million total views on the official Turning Point USA YouTube channel.
Oh, I didn't realize I should subscribe.
Now that's kind of interesting because it seems like those people actually tuned in and watched it later. They're watching it from the YouTube, but I'm not positive.
So you could say 5 million watched it live.
5 million watched it live.
And
with
divided households all night long.
Okay.
Divided households. Yeah, no, I saw somebody online said somewhere in Flyover America, there's a kid that has to watch the Kid Rock show because the internet told his dad that's what the right thing to do. Whereas this is actually interesting because this almost feels like propaganda to me, but I'm not sure how. But this article I'm reading says the Bad Bunny performance is projected to draw 128 million. So they're not telling me the total views on that, but they told me the total views on the Kid Rock one.
Well,
Which is weird, feels kind of slanted, but
Because,
128 is quite a bit more.
If I had to imagine, you've got your cable viewers who are watching the Super Bowl on cable. They got to sit and try to tally how many TVs per household, how many average people per household, stuff like that. So they got to tally that. And then, like, I watched it on an app. So one subscriber doesn't account for 3 different people watching the TV under that one account. So now you're taking into how many people are watching on TV through the app, what's the average household family, what do we think that he's going to have viewership-wise. YouTube, it's on a phone, it's a singular viewer, it counts as a view. And then if you're maybe on a computer...
I think that makes sense if it's...
Well, this is almost more confusing and slanted.
Oh, here we go.
Because-
I love going down the rabbit hole.
Because if 19 million views on YouTube...
Uh-huh.
Well, who's to say that there wasn't a whole family watching on everybody's YouTube account?
Because it's one individual account per name.
Right, but I'm saying like that's not a good representation because if
It's
they're
not.
no,
It's not because you have the YouTube app on your TV.
Right.
You could sign in and put it on your TV just like the Peacock app that we watch the Super Bowl off of for NBC.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of misgiving on that portion because you got to take, was it a handheld device? If it's a handheld, it's one person watching aside from going, hey, check this out. And maybe you count 2. Cable, you're looking at average household, how many TVs per household, or any of the TVs watching everything else, or can you assume that everybody's eating wings and pizza watching the game with that? So I'd be interested to see what they actually say the viewership was for a projected, but you have immediate hard counts based on a YouTube account views.
Yeah. I see what you mean. It did feel a little bit, it did feel weirdly slanted the way that they said it, and that makes sense. Now, that being said, I don't think that it's going to make a huge difference because realistically...
Some say the Turning Point halftime show bankrupt Bad Bunny and his un-American
I call him the nasty rabbit.
and his un-American, Playboy bunny-like self.
Oh my God, he's here. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I think you do have. I think the average median American person is just watching whatever they put on the Super Bowl halftime show. So you wouldn't expect this to get much because you've got to be like ideologically predisposed to like change the channel and be like, I'm gonna watch this one. Especially, I mean, gosh, if you're gonna do it, I just think get something better.
Right. Next year, let me see Aaron Lewis of Stained and Ludacris. All right, there you go. That's 2 Trump supporters.
Ludacris, yeah. See, didn't they interview him on 9/11? Or was that that was Ja Rule? My fault.
Oh.
Have you guys seen that?
No.
There's like during like the 9/11 morning, they're
going
interviewing
down
Ja
a deep-
Rule
we're going
and
down a
asking
rabbit
him
hole.
about it.
Did he have insightful insight?
I wasn't watching that interview. I was in class when it happened. Our notification was a kid running down the hall, letting people know because the teachers wouldn't turn on the TV and they tried
The
to.
Saudis are coming. The
Brit-
Saudis
yeah,
are
it's
coming.
like the British are coming.
It was basically. That's how it was. Plane hit World Trade Center, and he took off running down the hall. His teachers were trying to grab him. He just kept
He
saying
just wanted
saying
a class.
And then teachers ran out, and when they went outside, we grabbed the handles, closed the door so the teacher couldn't get back in, turned on the TV so we could see what was going on.
Nice.
I don't think the smartest thing when you see a building getting collapsed is locking the door behind you and keeping a bunch of little kids enclosed in that, shelter and like, what? I don't know.
Wait,
I
I'm
feel
confused.
Like, right,
Okay.
Who
okay.
are you in this situation? Are you a student?
Yes, I was a student.
How old are you?
I was a student in high school on September 11th,
Okay.
2001. I was
Okay.
a senior in high school. I was in Port St. Lucie, Florida. I wasn't involved in the World Trade Center, so no one tried to lock me in the door as the
I didn't
building
think you were,
collapsed.
but that's an
Pretty young,
interesting
right?
thing to just
Oh my
throw
God.
out there.
Let me do the math. Hold on.
you were like,
Why weren't you in the towers
Like
that day?
7, yeah.
yeah,
Because I was in high
6'7".
school in
Well,
Port St.
that's-
so
Lucie,
he was
Florida.
That's a
7.
likely story.
How? So if he was 7, you were what, like 10?
I don't know.
I had to do the math too.
Wait, 2001. I was born in '93, so 7, I guess. No, that
No.
would make us the same age.
Then maybe I was 6. Yeah, it's the same age. Around that age.
6, 7.
3. That'd be 7.
I love that we're now doing basic math because everybody found out BS.
Someone
was
do
in
the
high
math for
school.
me. I was born in 96. 4 plus 2. 6. There you go.
We don't gotta
Yeah.
talk about when I was born.
Yeah. Yeah.
Round it up.
Yeah, because
Weekly roundup, shut up.
We're totally off topic, and I can honestly start talking. I can go on a whole rabbit hole about this, so I'm actually gonna pass it off. I'm gonna double it and give it to the next host. That is Showbiz Spotlight.
And I guess at here.
VS is getting the brunt of it.
I'm going to get the
today.
brunt of it. So I took a look at the clock. I saw what time it was.
I'm giving ourselves 10 more.
We can go a little long.
We want to go a little bit
Also,
longer.
don't worry about me.
No, I want to hear the discussion post.
That's true. It might take a long time. We'll see. Go on.
We can
continue.
leave it. We can leave it off and maybe come back to it. Ooh, okay. Give us your true or false story.
Oh man, let me see. All right, so
For
for the second time coming through on the weekly
wait.
roundup, it is going to be time for Total BS, where I say a story and you, the listener,
Hello.
and here at the table will try to determine if it is fact and or fiction. All right.
Wait, do that again.
Fact or fiction. Ooh.
That actually worked.
You're getting good there. You started off a little rocky, but at the hour mark, we're really starting to lock it in.
Listen. All right. It's like when you ride a bike again after a long time. You kind of gotta get back into the groove, get the rust off. It's been a long, couple
the saying
weeks.
that you never forget how to ride
I
a
was
bike?
living in no. This time last week, I was living in a car in Orlando for the week.
All right,
And
brag about
so-
it, guy. All right. Jesus.
Yeah, I am bragging
Are we
about
doing
living in a
struggle
car.
Olympics now?
No, it's not the struggle Olympics. I was making
I
money.
injected myself for nothing.
It was a scam.
Not to me.
They said if I did this clinical trial, they'd send me to the Olympics.
Killing me.
I'm sorry, who ate a
sounds like a
flapjack or
rare
whatever your story's going to be?
Weighing a flapjack.
I don't know.
All
I'm
right.
pretty hungry. Can we bring some in?
Yep. So here is today's story from CNN. Florida man arrested for riding a dolphin
If it's Florida man, it's
while
fact.
eating chicken nuggets, and says when asked by wildlife officials that it was ordered through Uber Eats.
True.
The Nuggets or the Dolphins?
See, you read it like you were reading it, so it's true. It's got to be true. I don't think you just fake read that.
I'll play the advocate
You
because
did-
last week he mentioned Florida man too. I'm gonna say it's fake.
I'm on the fence because it's from CNN, so even if it's true, it's probably
Listen,
fake.
if he pronounced it like he was reading it and it's false, that's good. That's
That's
some.
pretty good.
that- I
That'd
mean,
be-
he does watch professional.
showmanship.
He is a professional wrestling fan now. Though.
It's still real to me.
It's still real to
It's
him.
still
damn it.
real to me.
So-
Jim Ross and the Slobber Knocker calls. It's all real, by God.
He can put on a good face.
I'm sticking to true, but it is pretty outlandish. There's a lot of moving parts there.
I'll just say false for the sake of of not everyone saying it's true.
Give me
All right.
fact. Woo!
So we got 2
Fact.
to 1, fact and 1 no. That story that I said was actually false.
Oh!
The true version. The true version was a Florida man was arrested while riding a manatee and eating a sandwich and claimed it was Uber Eats.
See that was my
okay.
doubt. That was my doubt. Serious question right now. How do you ride a dolphin?
That was the pause. The pause
He was trying
was
to come
to
up
try.
with funnier animals.
Because a manatee's huge. You can ride, and they're slow. You can ride a manatee. I
I think
believe
you could
it.
ride a dolphin.
Why would I think
But
he
it'd
would
be a lot
come
more
up with
difficult to ride a
something
dolphin.
completely creative?
It would buck you
on his
off.
own.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was total BS.
I'm
with
I'm
BS.
2 for 2.
I'm just mad because he got me. What's the discussion? We're not even gonna go into a song break. We don't got time for
That's
that.
fine. Serious question before we get to that. Is the battery okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We'll
My
edit that
discussion
out.
was because I didn't do my homework and because the state of play doesn't happen until like a week or two from now. And Steven loves his state of play almost as much as he loves Nintendo Direct.
Shout out Gru.
In the
Gru,
arms
Gru,
of the Grujal.
Crucial.
But I want to talk.
May he game. Go on.
Anyway, okay, so I want to talk about GTA 6.
At least play a game with us, Gru. I mean, that's not going to kill you. Sorry, go ahead.
That's fine. If you're out there. But no, yeah.
He's listening.
But anyway, I want to talk about GTA 6. As of this recording, it's still slated to come out in November of this year,
Oh.
right? So,
It's a lie. I don't believe it.
no, it'll probably be pushed back even further. But I wanted to ask you guys this question. It's been, if it comes out this year, it's been 13 years since GTA 5 came out. It's rumored GTA 6 might cost $100. What are we expecting from GTA 6 that's going to make it different from GTA 5? Or have we reached the point in the GTA series where you're just paying for a new shiny version of the same thing?
No, it can't be. If it's a new shiny version of the same thing, people are gonna have this turn, especially with how many times they've pushed this off again and again. I mean, you have to add some new features, some new big things. I mean, the jump from 4 to 5 was pretty outrageous. I mean, when you
That's what I was
think
going to
about
say,
it,
because the jump
like-
from San Andreas to 4 was pretty big, because 4 introduced online
Yeah.
multiplayer to a degree, and then 4 from 5 was a pretty big jump. But I think that from 4 to 5, it was only like a 5-year difference. Now we're talking about 13 years. You waited this long for this game. When I boot it up for the first time, is it going to be worth the wait? Like, what can they do differently?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Grand Theft Auto is Grand Theft Auto, and the reason that 5 is better, in a lot of ways than San Andreas, maybe not objectively, but it's just better, I guess. It's 'cause
gameplay wise.
yeah, is because it's has the technology to make it a better game, right? It's a newer, flashier, smoother game to play, but a game that's coming out now doesn't feel radically different than a game that came out 10 years ago. I think they kind of peaked technology-wise. They all look human enough. Everything looks real enough. Everything is smooth enough. It's moderate quality of life improvements. So, I mean, I'll be surprised if there's anything, radically different about it. I mean, I heard they're going to have, a whole, fishing system where you can buy a boat and you can, do all this, in-depth deep-sea fishing. So that'll be cool.
Give me the Nemesis system in GTA 6.
See, that would be cool.
Have you ever played Shadow of Mordor or Shadow of War, Mr. BS?
Yes.
Okay, so you know how in that game the Nemesis system is like if an orc kills you or if an orc does something well while you're playing the game, they'll like rise up the ranks and be from a grunt to like a now think of that, but with rival gangs, right? You got different rival gangs that are trying to claim their spot in Miami on top of what you're trying to claim. And so within these gangs, you have low level, mid level, high level, and depending on if they take out certain people in each gang or whatever, you get higher or lower in your gang rank.
I like that, but all I've ever wanted from one of these games is detectives to actually investigate the crimes that I do, so I have to
Play
be kind of
LOA
smart.
Noir.
Ooh.
Just turn on LOA Noir.
No, because then I am the detective, and that's you're not even really investigating. You're just walking around till the controller vibrates. You know, it's like it's really simple.
Heavy rain, press A.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you've been trying to say something.
My bad.
Oh, go ahead.
I look at it a little differently. I look at GTA fans the way that I do the band Tool fans.
Okay.
If you say 5 years from now, Tool is going to put out a new album, for 5 years, I'm going to have to listen to Tool fans talk about an upcoming album. No matter how many times it's delayed, no matter how many times it gets pushed back and the band fights, and no matter how much the band sounds the same on Enema and 46 and 2 or some of the other songs. So GTA fans, to me, the diehards, they're going to 100% pay that $100, as was the question that you asked. But for the average consumer, yeah, Tool's a really good band, but I'm not paying $30 or $50 for the collector's box that's just going to have the CD and maybe a T-shirt in it. At least with the Tool album, I have something physical to hold. If you're going to go onto a digital platform and tell me it's $100 to play the latest GTA, man, I still got GTA 5 online for free. I'll go log into that, and I'm not missing out on The Sims with an AI learning curve for my NPCs to get mad at me. And that's just the kind of way how I feel about it. Because you can't, where are you going to go technologically wise? Your visuals, your TVs have hit their max capacity. The human eye only sees up to, I think I've read 4K resolution is the highest that you see. So what's an 8K, 12K? It's going to look the same on the visual level. Audio, your headphones are movie theater quality with your Turtle Beach headphones and stuff. You can't improve any of that with the balance of the music. The only frontier left is to create an AI system within the NPCs that they learn you, they recognize you, and they adjust however your crime play goes. Apply that to the police, like you were saying. Now it's a learning system.
And play that with the gang members.
And now you've got working things that are growing and everything like that. But now you're coming into, at what point does that sim become conscious, like in the movie Free Guy? Or
This took a twist.
or take it back even further, like Tron. Tron is based on a world where one guy creates an artificial self that becomes self-aware and recognizes that there's an outside world and goes with the story that way all the way back to the 1980s. So at this point, now you're going to start injecting this LLM into a video game to learn and do these things. When does it stop being The Sims and start being more of an actual technological frontier to examine AI under a different thing? I think more people are going to buy the game based on that possibility because they said there's going to be learning NPCs that react to you. That's going to be something like a ChatGPT or a Sora or something embedded into that coding so that it learns from you. That would be worth me saying, okay, let me see what that looks like, but not for $100. I'll wait till it goes on a Steam sale, drops down to 30, and ask Mrs. BS, can you set $30?
It ain't going to $30 for at least 5 years, bro.
And you know what?
Get it on G2A.
And you know what? All I got to do
G2A.
is just turn on YouTube and watch
Get
someone
some
do a live
Belgian
playthrough.
code. You gotta put a VPN on to unlock.
I get to trial the game by watching a live playthrough from someone who spent the $150, $200 on that system.
But I mean, in your model, if the entire draw is that you're pretty much harassing these AI entities, watching somebody else do it isn't going to be as fun as you doing it.
Right.
Because you
And
gotta.
I
Because
don't-
they won't do the things you're gonna do. Probably they'll do their own thing.
all the
Some
water
of
will
them
be
might do
sucked out of our
worse.
Earth anyways
Exactly.
before
Well,
GTA
maybe.
6 gets released with AI and stuff. So I think we'll be all right. Will GTA 6 ever drop?
I think the backlash is going to be too harsh on. I think it's going to keep getting pushed, and it might just get canceled because the fans are getting so
No
toxic.
way.
No. I believe it'll get pushed back. The game's got to come out.
Biggest
They've released Cyberpunk
BB.
That's
after
the
so many
wildest
years.
take for the entire show. I think they're gonna cancel it because it took too long.
No, I think
No
so.
way.
Consumers are different today. This isn't the day of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 when I was overseas and waiting for an anticipated drop of a new story and new graphics and stuff like that. I think that what you're going to run into with GTA is much like you see with Infinity Ward. They brought out Black Ops 7 within 6 months of Black Ops 6, charged $75 for the premium presale package, and it was the lowest selling game of any Call of Duty ever.
To be fair, it also was day one on Game Pass. So if you had the $10 subscription, you could download it for free. So that did take away a lot of
These day
sales.
one Game Passes are killing games.
Killing
It didn't. I mean,
the
it
game
sure didn't
market.
help Outer Worlds 2. Not that I didn't play it, but
It
not that it
killed
was supposed to be
Outer
good.
Worlds 2.
But anything that goes day one is usually like cooked. And
Fable
obviously,
is gonna be day one.
I mean, it probably wasn't going to be good anyway.
Disappointed, man.
But,
I wanted it to
you
be
know,
good so bad.
What I actually probably see them doing with GTA, circling back, was did you guys play Red Dead 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Is this the? Can I try and guess?
Go ahead.
Because in Red Dead 2, I was going to bring this up when he was
Yeah.
mentioning the AI and the Nemesis system. Red Dead 2 had a thing where, like, if you pissed off the police in a certain like town,
Oh yeah.
you could leave and go back to that town, and you'd still be wanted.
in that
Yeah.
town.
Was that what you were gonna?
No,
Oh.
that's not what I was gonna do. What I was saying was, you know how there's so many little things you have to do, like I gotta eat, I gotta smoke a cigar, I gotta feed hay to my horse,
Oh my!
I gotta take a bath, or they'll tell me I smell bad. If they start doing that in GTA, and I gotta like go to the gas station, and I gotta buy insurance for my car, you know,
You already gotta buy insurance for your
I
car.
gotta pee, it's gonna be too much. You know what I mean? I can see them doing that because that's Rockstar. That's what they're
honestly,
leaning into.
They did a simple version of that for San Andreas. You could get hungry and you can like
Yeah,
get
you could
fat
get
and like
fat and stuff.
Yeah,
That
So-
worked though. That was simple and it worked and didn't have to engage with it really.
I would love for GTA to maybe just take the aspect of putting in the different maps into GTA 6. Having
the
Los
Super
Santos,
GTA.
having, Miami, having San Andreas, and
3
being
terabyte
able
install.
to
Jesus Christ,
go
tell me about it.
between the three of them simultaneously.
So you want it to be like a hub, kind of like what Call of Duty became, like the new Call. Was it Call of Duty 7?
Call of Duty
basically,
tried to become a hub, but what they really did was just make a different thing to load into that put all the games there that you could then download and load into and play. This would be GTA 6 just has, Los Santos and San Andreas, and then of course Vice City, this is taking place in already.
It would be just introducing a fast travel like World of Warcraft or a Fable where you
Right.
go up and say, I want to go across the country to this town over here.
You take the really rich man
So
jet.
you do something like
Hopefully
that.
it's not the really, really rich man jet.
But each DLC would be a different area within the game universe.
Yeah, I mean, if we're doing that, why don't we just put the entire country? I always thought they should do a game where you have the entire world. I mean, that's probably impossible, but that'd be cool.
Talk
You know,
about-
just go wherever.
I actually kind of there's a simulator. It was like a trucking simulator game. I only know this because I worked with somebody who enjoyed the game. That's kind of doing that. Where you can like traverse the different countries, and it's
you
pretty
can
accurate.
do the same thing in Pilot Simulator.
You can land on the island and
Fun
Microsoft Flight
fact. Fun
Sim.
fact about
Kid Rock is just another name for the island.
You think Kid Rock was
That's-
invited to the island for entertainment?
I can't take credit for that. I read that online.
Oh.
I forgot what I was gonna say now because of that joke. See, that's the reason why Kid Rock wants to stay young. It all makes sense now.
Man, he's not getting a drop of adrenochrome. Have you seen him?
I'm so sorry.
He's only getting drips.
I've been sitting on that. I've been sitting on that ever since we started talking about.
He gets the
point.
empty vials and he puts water in it and shakes it around, and that's how he gets his history to grow. Like poor people shampoo, you know.
Anyways, this has been the weekly roundup.
And what a roundup it's been.
You know, that was
No, that was a
definitely-
good one. That was
That
fun.
was a great episode. And I have a tradition here, Liz.
Get there.
And until next time,
Oh,
this
wait.
is I didn't have it let up. Here is bye.
Oh, you got there.